All right, so I know. All right, so let's get started. For those of you who are new to me, I think I know everybody, but just in case, my name is Hayley, and we'll be together for an hour. And this is an all levels yoga class. So take it on your own. And again, gather any props around you that you think are going to be supportive for you. So I've got blocks. You can use stacks of books or stacks of pillows in place of blocks if you don't have them, or boxes, whatever's there, or a chair is great. I've got a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel, a scarf, or a belt. And I've got a rolled up blanket. You can use a pillow, you can roll up a blanket, you can roll up a towel, you can roll up your yoga mat, whatever's around you. And I will remind you that over the holidays, just in case you haven't seen me, I broke my wrist and I just got my cast off on Friday. Hooray. Um, but I'm still not able to move into flexion. I just don't have as much range of motion as I normally would, or ability to use my wrist. So I'll be modifying quite a bit. You can modify with me. You can also modify for other parts of your body as well. So making sure that you're really supporting your whole body and changing the practice to support your body and whatever you need today, instead of changing your body or moving through pain to support a practice that's counter to what we're really actually doing. So let's begin. Let's come on down to a seated position. So you can roll up the back of your yoga mat, or you can sit yourself up on a rolled up towel or blanket, just so you're sitting up at the edge of the seat, so that you can start to tilt your pelvis forward a little bit. So we have a little bit more of a forward energy. And you can either cross at the shins or cross one shin in front of the other, or take your legs further forward in front of you. And just find yourself in that seated position where you feel alert and upright, and where you can lengthen the spine and create lots of space in the belly. Start to settle your shoulders. There is this beautiful sort of magical feeling at the very beginning of our practice, often, where we know we've come to our mat and we can appreciate and have gratitude for ourselves for taking the time to bring ourselves to our mat. And this can be, if we allow it, this really magical, safe place where we can just tap into the idea of exploring. So if you're comfortable here, you can allow your eyes to close and begin that exploration here in stillness. There is no need to master anything that we practice today. In our practice together, we are constantly in this state of exploration, in this almost beginner's mind, where we're exploring, discovering, but continuing to allow ourselves to change. So there's always something new to explore within the body and the experience of being in the body. So we can start to think about this space between our eyes, between our eyebrows. And sometimes I just like to think of it gently expanding and opening up, or you can start to think about, if it's more useful to you, maybe a white light. So there's this feeling of space right between the eyes. So this broadening, this widening. Just that physical experience, that idea can open us up into this beginner's mind, this curiosity, this magical moment where we just get to explore our bodies, explore our minds. And keep allowing that space to open, to widen. Now with your breath filling your body, allow your eyes to softly open as you drop your right ear towards the right shoulder. And slowly drop your head through the center, left ear towards the left shoulder. And slowly drop your head through center, right ear towards the right shoulder. And just slowly continuing moving back and forth. An exploration of how that feels. And really slowly continuing with that movement will allow that breath to sort of invite this feeling of flow. So one movement sort of bleeds into the other. So as we continue with these gentle head rolls, we'll slowly move into some seated cats and cows. So when you're ready, without stopping any idea of movement, you can slowly release the head rolls to lift the chest, opening up the heart. And then as you exhale, round the back, tuck the chin to the chest. And again, inhale, lift the heart, arch the back. And as you exhale, round the back, tuck the chin to the chest. And again, continuing to move back and forth, taking that on your own time. And as I describe the next movements we'll move into, you could just move into that fluidly without stopping these seated cats and cows, just moving when you're ready. So I'm going to continue these cats and cows. And when I feel ready, as I lift the chest, I'll open up the arms nice and wide, spreading through the fingers. And as I round through the back, I'll bring the arms forward, connecting the palms. As I lift the chest, opening up the arms. As I exhale, rounding, connecting at the palms. Continuing with this movement, just nice and slow and steady. And then we'll slowly, fluidly move into the next movement without stopping. So just continuing that movement, nice and slow and steady. Finding a sense of ease in your breath. When you feel called, when you're ready, just slowly reaching your heart forward, arms back, staying there for a moment, allowing your chest to gently drop forward as you bring the arms forward, crossing right arm over left arm, gently lift the elbows up, reaching the arms up to open. And then again, reaching your chest forward, arms come forward, left arm above the right arm, Gently lifting up. And a few more rounds of this, so just slowly continuing that fluid movement, warming up through the spine without stopping the movement. Just gently bringing yourself forward and then lifting yourself up. Now again, with that idea of fluidity without stopping the movement, when you feel called and when you're ready, simply bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly, and feel the breath moving through the body. Now we may not be as moving as much as we were. We keep that flow of connection to the experience of being in the body. And then as we release that, let's take our hands down, take your legs in front of you, release whatever it was you were seated on and come to tabletop, hands and knees. Finding your tabletop position, feel free to pat up the knees if they're sensitive, wrists under shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart, arch the back. As you exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift the heart, arch the back. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Continuing moving back and forth here through these seated or these tabletop cats and cows. If you'd like, and you can always just stay right here, but if you'd like, as you round your back, start to send your hips back, reaching the arms forward, a variation there on child's pose. And then as you come forward, inhale, lift the heart, arch the back. As you exhale, round the back, start to send the hips back. Inhale, lifting the heart. Continuing gently moving back and forth. Good. And then nice and slowly ease your hips back towards your heels. Stay there for a moment in a child's pose. Taking those knees as wide or as narrow as you'd like. And if child's pose is not comfortable for your body, stay up in your tabletop and allow your chest to lower down to lengthen your spine in a puppy pose. Or you can come to a comfortable seated position. And you can always support yourself with props in a child's pose there as well. You can pat up the fronts of your knees or roll up a towel or pillow behind the knees if the backs of the legs are sensitive, or place your forehead on a soft block or towel or pillow. Just finding some space to breathe into the body, to explore through the whole body, noticing what's happening here and now. Giving yourself permission as we move through our asana today to rest whenever you'd like, in any shape that you would like. Lovely. From here, let's come on up, taking your forearms down in front of you and start to tuck your toes back, and we'll lengthen into a forearm plank. Now from here, if you notice that's too much, lower your knees down, but continue to keep that length in your torso. You can always come to tabletop here with your forearms down if that's too much as well, but working towards that idea of finding a little bit more length in the pose. Holding here as you breathe. Lengthen the back of your neck. Good. And then lifting your hips up, let's find a dolphin pose. So slowly walk your feet forward as you lift those hips up to create space. Let your head hang as you lengthen your spine. Heels are heavy, but they do not need to be on the mat. Knees are engaged. They do not need to be straight, just working towards being engaged and feeling that length. Good, and then walking your feet back out to find that forearm plank, reaching your heart forward. And from that forearm plank, lower your knees down, lower your hips, reach your heart forward into a Sphinx pose. So keeping those forearms down, elbows down, reaching your heart forward as you lengthen the back of your neck. Breathe steady. If you notice you need a little bit more padding, because we'll be here for a while on our elbows, double up your mat for extra padding. Pressing the palms down, lifting the heart. Steady the breath. Good. Keeping those elbows down. Tuck your toes. Lift the hips into your forearm plank. Again, you can keep your knees down if it becomes too much. Pressing down through your palms, breathing. Engage your belly, lift your hips up. Dolphin pose. Gently walk your feet towards you a little bit more to find that length or that shortening for the pose. Breathing. Soften your jaw. Find the length in the backs of your legs. And then walking your feet back to find your forearm plank, reaching your heart forward, lengthen your spine. Lower the knees, lower the hips. Open your chest into your Sphinx pose. Lengthening. Now you can stay here with your forearms down, or if you'd like, take your palms down, gently lift into a nice low cobra, or perhaps a higher cobra if your spine feels ready. I'm going to stick with my forearms down today, lifting your heart forward as you open up the front of your body. Good, and then wherever you are, finding your way into a plank pose. So if your palms are down, you can find your plank from your hands and your feet, or your hands and your knees. If your forearms are down, coming back into that forearm plank, then you can always lower the knees down. So many different variations there of a plank that you can choose to take. Find the one that is supportive for your body today. As you reach your heart forward, lengthen your spine. Engage your belly. Now, if you are in your forearm plank, you'll lift again into dolphin. So lifting the hips up and walking the feet a little closer to your body. If you're on your palms, you can allow yourself to lift up and back into a downward facing dog if you'd like. As you lengthen your spine here and press into your palms. If you notice it's too much pressure, you can always lower your knees down and take puppy pose instead, reaching your arms forward as you lengthen your spine. Or you can come into that dolphin. If it's too much, you can always come to hands and knees and find a tabletop position instead, and just actively engage your belly and build that strength. So wherever you'd like to be today, take some time there. If you are in dolphin or downward facing dog, you can pedal out the feet a little bit, bending into one knee and the other. You can sway through the hips a little, shake out the head. If you're in puppy pose, it can feel really nice to just gently allow the hips to sway a little from side to side. Breathing steady. And then pull yourself forward into your variation of a plank, either on your hands and knees, hands and feet, forearms and knees, or forearms and feet. Reaching your heart forward. And then lower your knees down, lower your hips down, and lift into your back bend with an inhale. either with your forearms down or your palms down, Sphinx, low cobra, high cobra, or upward facing dog, opening up your chest. Good. And then again, as you lower down, push up through to your plank pose. So you can come hands and knees, forearms and knees, hands and feet, forearms and feet, wherever you'd like. Breathing your heart forward. And then one more time, lifting your hips up either into a dolphin or a downward facing dog, or lower your knees, puppy pose, or tabletop. So it's a fun exploration to find what's going to be useful for your body today. And it's not just about what's available today, but also what's going to be interesting to explore today in your body. So just because we can move into a certain pose doesn't mean we choose to move into that pose today. With that beginner's mind, we're just allowing ourselves to explore what's interesting. Good. Now this time we'll lower our knees down and take a brief child's pose. Or again, you can stay in tabletop or just come to sit. But we'll be here just for a brief moment. And then nice and slowly come on up to hands and knees, tabletop position. Bringing your palms down. From here, we'll tuck our right toes back behind us. As you lengthen that right leg back, you can stay here and sort of press into the ball of the foot and press the heel back. Or if you'd like, you can lift that right leg up. Now I'm going to point my right foot just so I have this feeling of extension and length. And then nice and slowly, I'm going to bring that right foot across to the left side and tap across my body. I've got to cross my couch, so I've got a little bit of, I'm going to bring myself a little bit forward for some more space. So your right leg is crossed towards the left side. And again, you can lower to the ball of that foot and start to press the foot down and the heel back. Just take a moment. Good. And then engaging your belly, press through your palms, lift that leg back up. And this time, take your right leg across towards the right side, so to the side of your body. And just gently slide that leg out a little bit more just to activate your core. And then inhale, bring it back. Lift that leg back up through center and over to the left side. Plant the foot down. Press the ball of the foot down. Give it a little press back. And then inhale, lift that leg back up over to the right side. And then slide it out just a little. Pull it back in, lift it back up, and this time take your right knee underneath your hip. Take a moment. So just activating the back line of the body, the glutes, the hamstrings, and the core here. Just building that activation at the beginning of our practice to support us a little bit later on. So tuck your left toes back behind you as you press the ball of your foot back. You can stay here, pressing your heel back, pressing the ball of your foot down. Or if you'd like, lift that left leg up. Now you can stay here or point through that foot, feel that extension, lift the left leg up and over towards the right. Then plant the ball of your foot down. As you press the ball of your foot down, press your heel back, feel that pressure. Good. And then nice and slowly come back through center, lift that left leg up and across over to the left side. So reaching that left leg to the side. And then a gentle slide out, scoop it back in, lift that left leg up, over across the body towards the right side. And again, press the ball of your foot down, heel is moving back. And then one more time, coming up through center, over to the left side, slide that left foot out. Pull it back in, lift it up, and tuck your knee. back underneath you. Finding your tabletop position here, move into some cats and cows. Inhale, lift the heart, arch the back. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift the heart, arch the back. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. From there, tucking your toes, lifting your hips up just for a brief downward facing dog. And then nice and slowly start to tiptoe or walk your feet forward to your hands. Bend your knees there as much as you'd like. And take a few moments to hang nice and heavy over your legs. Let your head go. Give it a little shake. If you want to hold on to opposite elbows, you can go right ahead. Maybe a few little rocks from side to side. I often just like to hold on to my feet, or you can place your hands under your feet if you'd like. If the toes are a little cold, just give them a little massage. Letting the head go. Good, and then take a nice generous bend to your knees. Take your time to slowly roll yourself up as you allow your head to come up last. We'll stand nice and strong in Tadasana mountain pose. So feel free to keep your feet hip width apart or wider, or take big toes touching, heels a sliver apart. As you feel yourself standing really nice and strong in your body, lift up and out of your waist, settle the shoulders. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, bend into your knees, reach your arms forward, chair pose, Utkatasana. Look down, make sure you can see your toes in front of your knees. Belly lifts, tailbone finds length. Shoulders are on the back body, so if you'd like, you can bring your hands to prayer or hands to waist to support the shoulders. Steady gaze. Connecting your hands through center, bow forward over your legs, letting your head go. With your palms to your shins, reach your heart forward, find a halfway lift. You can always bring your hands to your thighs or hands to a prop if you'd like. A block or a chair can be really useful there. And then as you exhale, fold forward, root your palms down and step your feet back to a plank. Again, find your plank, hands and feet, hands and knees, forearms and feet or forearms and knees. Breathing there. And then lower down to the belly from your hands and your knees or your hands and your feet. And then with your inhale, lift your heart forward into your back bend, either with your forearms or your palms down, Sphinx, low cobra, high cobra, or upward facing dog. Shining your heart forward, keeping that space between your eyes really nice, really broad. And then slowly lower down, push up through to your hands and your knees, tuck your toes and lift up and back into your downward facing dog or your dolphin or puppy or table. Just giving yourself some nice deep breaths there. Good. And then wherever you are, allowing yourself to come up onto your hands and lift your knees. Slowly start to tiptoe, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to your hands. And just let your head hang nice and heavy there. Now from here, anchor down through your feet, bend into your knees. Utkatasana, chair pose, as we reach our arms out, just sort of unraveling ourselves into the pose, reaching those arms up overhead. Ground down through your feet. Inhale, lift up, everything lengthens. Open up the chest as you open up your arms nice and wide to the side. And then bend into your knees again, releasing the arms down, forward, and up into your chair pose. Engage the belly, lengthen your tailbone. Connect through the palms, bow forward over your legs. With your palms to your shins, reaching your heart forward, lengthen your spine. Then as you exhale, slowly fold forward and step your right leg back behind you, gently lowering that right knee down to your mat. allowing yourself to double up your mat if you'd like extra padding underneath that knee, or place your hands on blocks if that floor feels far away from you. Use anything that you have around your house to support yourself in feeling a little bit more stable in the pose. Reaching your heart forward, breathing deeply. Good. Now you can always stay right here. Otherwise, if you feel comfortable, we're going to lift our torso up, and as we do so, open up the arms wide to the side, spreading through the fingers, and find a gentle lift through the top of the inner thighs. From there, start to bring your arms forward with your left arm over your right arm, and you can hold on to your elbows here, your shoulders, or if you're comfortable, take the backs of your hands together. So left arm above the right, and you can take the backs of the hands and the forearms together, or wrap the arms so that the hands connect, finding eagle arms here. Now, once you find that posture, wherever you are, again, you can even just connect the palms or work towards the idea of connecting the palms. Start to think of lifting the elbows up and gently tilting back, just a tiny, tiny little tilt back. Breathe. And then we'll bring our torso back to neutral. Now you can keep that back knee down if you'd like, or if you're comfortable, tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. As you do so, start to unravel the arms, open the arms up wide. Lift the arms up overhead. Now, as the arms come forward a wee bit, take your left arm in front of your right arm, and again, find your eagle arms. So you may want to hold on to elbows, shoulders, take the backs of the hands wrapped to connect the palms, or start to work towards the idea of bringing the palms together so we're opening up that upper back. Take a breath here, and as you inhale, start to lift a little bit more, so we're gently moving into a gentle, gentle back bend. Good. Now, as we start to bring our torso back through to neutral, as you unravel the arms, lift the arms up overhead, pivot and turn to face the long edge of your mat with your heels in and your toes out. As you open up your arms towards the side, bend into the knees, making sure that the knees are tracking over your toes so you feel stable in your goddess pose. And then again, taking the arms forward, left arm above the right arm, hold onto shoulders, elbows, backs of hands are wrapped to connect the palms, or find that opening for the upper back. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, lower. On an inhale, lengthen the legs, keep the arms where they are, turn the big toes in a wee bit so the outer edges of your feet are parallel to your yoga mat. Lifting the arms up as you lengthen your spine. As you exhale, tilt forward, stop where you'd like to stop, perhaps coming into a flat-ish back, but you can stay up a little bit higher if that doesn't feel right for you. Reaching your heart forward as you lengthen the backs of the legs. Slowly bend into your left knee. Bring your elbows towards the left side. And then exhale, bend into your right knee. Bring the elbows towards the right side. Move back and forth. Over to the left. Over to the right. And this time over to the left. Release those eagle arms. Release your fingertips down. Turn your left toes to face the front of the mat. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot. Send your weight into your front foot. And then step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. And just take a moment to hang nice and heavy over your legs. Let your head go. From here, bend into your knees as you reach your heart forward. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hold here as you lengthen your tailbone. And then connect through your palms, bow forward over your legs. Find your halfway lift. Palms come to the shins, the thighs, or a prop, reaching your heart forward. As you exhale, fold and step your left leg back behind you. Now again, we'll lower that left knee down to the mat, doubling up your mat if you'd like extra padding, or use a pillow or towel. Use a prop under your hands if the floor feels far away from you. Find stability here. Steady your breath. And you can feel free to stay right here. This is enough. Stop where you'd like to stop. Or we'll lift our torso up. And as we do so, we'll open up our arms wide to the side, spreading through the fingers. Opening up your chest from here, taking the arms forward and taking your right arm above your left arm. You can hold on to elbows, you can hold on to shoulders, you can take the backs of the hands together or wrap to connect the palms, or work towards the idea of connecting the palms. So we're just creating a little bit more space for the upper back. Now with an inhale, start to think of lifting up and gently back, adding a tiny little lift, gentle little back bend. So just a little bit of instability into the pose so we can explore balance there. Squeezing the top inner thighs towards each other. As you bring your torso back through to neutral, open up your arms nice and wide. Now you can stay with that back knee down or tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. As you do so, lift the arms up overhead. Gently bringing the arms forward with your right arm over your left arm. Hold on to elbows, shoulders, backs of hands, or wrap to connect the palms. Find that eagle arm variation for you. Gently lifting up. Try to find stability through the legs. Good. Now as we bring our torso back to neutral, again, unravel the arms, lifting the arms up, turning to face the long edge of your mat, with your heels in and your toes out for goddess pose. Oh, as you bend into the knees, open up the arms nice and wide. Check in, make sure you feel stable and mobile in your goddess pose. As the arms come forward, take your right arm above your left arm. Hold on to shoulders, backs of hands, or wrap to connect the palms. Good. As you exhale, lower a little bit more. As you inhale, lengthen the legs, keeping the arms where they are. Turn your big toes in a little, heels out, to find a nice wide-legged stance. Lift up and out of your waist. As you exhale, tilt forward. Now you may want to stay up a little higher or lower, so you're in almost a flat-ish back. So I'll just turn to the side. Breathing here. And then nice and slowly start to bend into your right knee. Elbows start to move towards the right side. And then bend into your left knee. Elbows move towards the left side. Back and forth over to the right. And over to the left. One more time, over to the right. Unravel those hands. Release your hands to frame your front foot. Turn your right toes to face the front. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot. Send your weight forward into your front foot and step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Take a moment to hang nice and heavy. Let the shoulders release towards the ears here as you hang. Soften your jaw. Engage your belly. Actively lengthen your tailbone. Bend into your knees. Reaching your arms forward in up chair pose. Entering that pose from this place of strength, of grounding through your feet. Connect your palms, lengthen your legs, bow forward. Find your palms to your shins, reach your heart forward, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold, step your right leg back behind you, step your left leg back behind you, find a plank pose. Breathe your variation of a plank. You can always come down to your forearms. Lower down to the belly, hands and knees, hands and feet, or if you'd like, chaturanga. Find your back bend, sphinx, low cobra, high cobra, or upward facing dog. Shining your heart forward, really creating space. Slowly lower back down, push up through your hands and your knees. Tucking your toes to lift into downward facing dog, or again, puppy pose, dolphin, tabletop. Just take a moment there. Stabilize your breath. Remind yourself to rest whenever you'd like. Inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees and either tiptoe, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to your hands. Breathe. Bend into your knees, lengthen your tailbone, engage your belly, reach your arms forward, chair pose, settle the shoulders. Press through your feet, lengthen, lift up, Tadasana, mountain pose. As you release the arms down, bend back into your knees, find your chair pose. Connecting through the palms, bow forward over your legs, find your palms to your shins, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold and step your right leg back behind you. Lower your right knee down to your mat. Use any props that you see fit. We're going to try to move really nice and fluidly here, so you can stay down or open up those arms nice and wide. Left arm above the right arm. Find your variation of eagle arms. As you inhale, gently lift up. As you exhale, come back to a neutral spine. Keep that back knee down or tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Unravel the arms, lifting the arms up. As the arms come forward, left arm above the right arm. Eagle arms, gentle lift up. Easy, gentle back bend. Good. As you unravel the arms, lift up, turn to face the long edge of your mat, goddess pose. Heels in, toes out, open up, bend into those knees. Left arm above the right arm, find your eagle arms. Grounding down a little bit lower. And then with an inhale, lengthen the legs. Big toes in, heels out, nice wide-legged forward tilt. Forward, stop where you'd like to stop. You can always stay up a little higher. Exhale, bend into your left knee, elbows come to the left side. Bend into the right knee, elbows to the right. Over to the left, nice and fluid through those hips. Over to the right. As you come over to the left, unravel the arms, turn your left toes to face the front of the mat, pivot onto the ball of your back foot. Send your weight into the front foot. Step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. And as you do so, bend into your knees. Engage your belly, lengthen your tailbone. Utkatasana, chair pose, settle the shoulders. Staying on this right side. So we're going to continue on that right side. Connect your palms, bow forward over your legs. Step your right leg back behind you again, same side. Lower that right knee down. As you come up, arms open up nice and wide. Left arm above the right arm, eagle arms. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, neutral spine. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, unravel the arms, floating the arms up. Left arm over the right arm, find those eagle arms lifting. Unravel the arms, open up into your goddess pose, heels in, toes out. Arms open nice and wide, arms come forward, left arm above the right arm, eagle arms. Exhale, sink a little lower into your goddess pose. Inhale, lengthen up. Big toes turn in, heels out a wee bit. Exhale, tilt forward. Slowly shift your weight to the left. Come through center, shift your weight to the right. Over to the left. Over to the right. Over to the left. Left toes turn to face the front of the mat as you unravel those arms. Pivot onto the ball of that back foot. Step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Take a moment. Ground down through your feet. Engage your belly, lengthen your tailbone, chair pose, Utkatasana, settle the shoulders. And you can stay here with both feet down or start to send your weight into your left foot. Lighten up on your right foot, and you can cross your right foot over your left foot, and you can stay right here. Or allow that left foot to hover up off of the mat, or if you'd like, and if it's available and it feels comfortable on your knee, you can wrap the leg. And then we'll open up our arms nice and wide, spreading through the fingertips, taking the arms forward, left arm above the right arm, hold onto shoulders, arms or backs of hands, lifting up into your eagle pose, coming in and out of the pose as much as you'd like. If you choose to stay in your chair pose, you can experiment lifting the heels for a little balance challenge there. Good, and then as we unravel the arms, unravel the legs, lift yourself up, allow your eagle to fly. As you ground down through your right foot, fold forward over your legs, let your head go. Take a nice deep breath. Palms will come to your shins, thighs, or a prop, lengthen into a halfway lift. As you exhale, fold and step your left leg back behind you. Low lunge on the left side. Lowering that left knee down, support yourself with whatever props you'd like. And again, we're going to try to move with a sense of fluidity here. So stay there, or arms open up nice and wide to the side, taking your arms forward with your right arm above your left arm. Finding those eagle arms, whichever variation you choose to take, go ahead. Lifting up with your inhale. As you exhale, come to a neutral spine. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Again, you can keep it down if you'd like. Open up your arms nice and wide. As you lift your arms up, take them slightly forward, right arm above the left arm. Inhale, lifts up, find that length, gentle back bend. Exhale, neutral spine, unravel the arms. Lift up through center, goddess pose, heels in, toes out. Spreading through the fingers, arms come forward, right arm above your left arm, find your variation of eagle arms. As you exhale, bend a little deeper, make sure those knees are tracking over toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine, keep the arms, big toes turn in, heels out a little bit. Exhale, tilt forward, long spine, stop where you'd like to stop. Bend into your right knee, elbows move towards the right side. Shift over to the left. Shift over to the right. Shift over to the left. As you bring yourself back to the right side, unravel the arms, turn your right toes to face the front of the mat, pivot onto the ball of the back foot, and step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Hang nice and heavy over your legs, bend into your knees, lengthen your tailbone, engage your belly. Chair pose, settle the shoulders. We're going to take that one more time on the same side, so sticking with that left side. Connect through the palms, bow forward over your legs. A little bit more fluidity. Palms come to the shins, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold and step your left leg back behind you. Low lunge, dropping that left knee down. Arms open up to the side, right arm above the left arm. Find those eagle arms. With your inhale, lift up, gentle back bend. Exhale, neutral spine. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Arms lift. Down, around, and up, gently forward, right arm above the left arm. Eagle arms with a gentle, tiny back bend. Come back through to neutral, unravel, lift up through center. Goddess pose, heels in, toes out, bend into the knees. Right arm comes above the left arm, eagle arms opening up. As you exhale, bend a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen the legs. Wide-legged forward fold, heels out, toes in just a little. Lift up, tilt forward, long, stable spine. So really engage the belly. Bend into the right knee as you shift to the right. Bend into the left knee as you shift to the left. Bend into the right knee, nice and fluid. Bend into the left knee. As you come forward towards your right leg, release the eagle arms, turn your right toes to face the front of the mat, pivot onto the ball of the back foot, step your back foot easy towards your front foot, ground down through your feet. Engage your belly, lengthen your tailbone, bend into your knees, reaching the arms forward. Find your chair pose. Shoulders settle on the back body. Good. Now you can stay here in your chair pose. You can experiment lifting your heels if you'd like, or start to shift your weight into your right foot. Lighten up on your left foot and slowly perhaps allow your left leg to cross your right leg. You can stay with the foot down or hover or rock, but you don't want to feel any sensation in that front knee. So stop where you'd like to stop. You can keep your hands at prayer or arms out wide, or if you'd like, take your right arm above your left arm. Hold on to shoulders, backs of elbows, hands or palms. Again, wherever you'd like to be for those arms, you can be. And breathe here. Exploring how it feels to really bring all of that energy towards the center line of your body. Breathe. Unraveling the legs. Ground that left foot down as you lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, bow forward and hang. Let your head go. Soften your jaw. How do you feel? What is present here and now in your body? Without having to come up with an answer, just asking questions with a curious mind. We're going to slowly come down to our backs. So come on down in the easiest way possible. You can root your palms down and step your feet back, or you can lower the hips down or use a chair or prop to help you in coming down. And then once you're done, hug your knees into your chest, giving your knees a nice little squeeze, a few little rocks from side to side. Soften the shoulders and the jaw. Planting your feet down, knees up towards the ceiling. Press your palms beside you. Tilt your pelvis, so tilt the hip points towards the ribs, finding that length in your tailbone, and then slowly roll through your spine, lifting the hips up into a bridge pose. Feel free to take your feet wider. Feel free to take your feet further away from you or closer to you. You don't want to feel any sensation in the fronts of the knees, any sensation. So adjust that bridge to support yourself so that you feel really nice and strong and stable. You can keep your palms beside you. You could always reach the arms up overhead or interlace your fingers behind your back, tucking up onto your shoulders, or place your elbows down, any arm variation that you'd like there. Just make sure there's still space for breath, so space between the chin and the chest. Engaging through your glutes. Soften your jaw. One more breath. Roll through your spine, release the hips down. Give your knees a good little squeeze. Hug them into your body, maybe a few little rocks from side to side. Easy full breaths. Keep your right knee hugging in towards your chest. Plant your left foot down with your left knee bent up towards the ceiling. Give that right knee a good little squeeze and then start to draw a few circles with that right knee. Just allow a little bit more blood flow to the hip. And then when you're ready, hold on to the back of that right thigh and extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. It does not need to be straight, just working towards that direction. Hold on to the back of the thigh, the calf, or use your strap or towel wrapped around the ball of your foot. If you'd like, you can point and flex the foot a little here, maybe roll through the ankle. Allow that head to really release. The back of the neck is nice and long. One more breath. And then bend your right knee, rotate your right hip open, take your right ankle on your left thigh. Continue here, or if you'd like, lift that left foot up and hold on to the back of your thigh or shin and gently pull the leg in towards the body, figure four, or thread the needle. You can feel free to rock a little from side to side, gently, gently, gently if you'd like. Again, keeping that space between your eyes really, really spacious, really broad, really curious. And slowly release. Plant your right foot down with your right knee bent. Squeeze your left knee into your chest. Draw a few circles with that knee, allowing your hip to gently open up. And then gently holding on to the back of that left leg, extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Hold on where it feels best. Working towards length. Don't worry if it's straight or not. And then play around with your ankle, pointing and flexing. Any movement there that feels good. One more breath. And then bend your right knee, your left knee, allow your left knee to rotate open. Take your left ankle on your right thigh. Stay here, or if you'd like, hold on to the back of the thigh or the calf and gently bring the leg in towards the body. Some gentle swaying if that feels good for you. Continuing to actively rotate that left hip open. Taking some nice long breaths, letting the head release. And then slowly letting that go, releasing. Taking your arms into a nice wide T position. With an exhale, gently shift your hips to the left, knees drop to the left, to the right. Gentle little twist. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, shoulders release. Inhale, knees come back through center. Exhale, knees drop to the left, hips shift to the right. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, shoulders release. Inhale, come back through to center and prepare for your final posture, Shavasana. So if there are any socks or sweaters you'd like to put on, go ahead. Any sips of water or final movements you'd like to take, feel free. And then find the most comfortable position for your body to rest in today. Perhaps a corpse pose, legs extended, arms extended, eyes closed. Or Supta Baddha Konasana, taking the soles of the feet together, knees open to the side. Or take the soles of the feet to the outside of your yoga mat with the knees knocked in at center, constructive rest. Or you can lie on your side or your belly. Support yourself with blankets, with pillows, whatever you have around you that's supportive. And if you're comfortable, you can allow the eyes to close. You can even place a little eye pillow over your eyes or a tiny light cloth. Settling the weight of your body down as you explore how the body is responding. Relaxing your toes and your feet, your legs and your hips, your belly and your chest, your shoulders and your arms, your hands and your fingers. Releasing some tension in your neck, your jaw, The space between your eyebrows, your forehead, and rest. And slowly beginning to bring a greater awareness to your body and the space around you. Allow your breath to deepen and invite any movement back to your body that feels good. Maybe wiggling your fingers, your toes, perhaps taking a nice long stretch. From there, in the easiest way possible, bringing yourself up to a nice comfortable seated position. And we will end our practice together today. So once you're there, allowing yourself to create a little bit more space as you lengthen out of your waist. Again, feeling that opening through the face, this curiosity. You can allow the hands to rest on your body, beside your body. Maybe one hand to heart, one hand to belly, or hands at heart center, wherever you'd like. And just take a moment to bow the head and thank yourself for taking the time to practice today. Breathing in and breathing out. And I thank you for sharing your practice with me. Stay well. Thanks so much, everyone. It was lovely to be with you on this wonderful Wednesday. So thanks for joining me. You can always let me know if you have any questions or sharings. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday or on Friday. So another all levels class on Friday, same time, 10 to 11. Hope to see you soon.